Happy New Year and Happy New Season ng Just In. Guys, Season 3 na tayo. Akalain nyo ba nga abot ng 3 season itong walang kakwenta-kwentang kumusta ang show na to? Pero I'm very happy na andito kami ulit. Medyo na-miss ko kayo. Alam nyo, sobrang ang daming nangyari nung Just In. We started ng May 20, 2020. Nung Season 1, yung kasama kong host si Vaness ay nag-asawa. Nung Season 2, siya ay nabuntis dahil nga siguro kaka-just in ng kanyang mister. Parang mali sinabi ko. Pero yung Season 3, sigurado ako mangakanak na ang kaibigan ko si Vaness, and I want to congratulate her. Vaness, congratulations, pero sana makapagtuloy-tuloy ka pa ng hosting ng ating show. And again, na-miss ko kayo guys. Ito ang show ng ating every Wednesday na kumusta ng ating mga paboritong celebrities. At ngayon, hindi ko na patatagalin dahil itong guest ko ngayon, talagang ni-request ko to. Kasi dati ko siya nakasama. Actually sa kabila, nakasama ko to eh. Hindi ko alam kung naaalala niya. Nakasama ko siya sa kabila. Tapos nung lumipat kami sa GMA, nagkasama kami. At akala mo naging lab team po pa. Multo kami at nagka-lab team kami. Mga Kapuso, Austrian model, wow, actress, ang original na Cassiopeia. Please welcome Cindy Kurleto. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, everyone.
How are you? Live from Vienna.
Hi, live from Vienna. It's 1 p.m. here.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's so nice to see you.
I know. Medyo matagal. I think you went to Manila a couple of months ago. I was hoping to see you.
Yeah, nakatira ako sa Manila for more than a year. Tapos I always fly back and forth. Tawa ko sa joke mo sa Justin.
Marunong ka pa mag-Tagalog, ha?
Minsan, pag kinausap ko ng Pinoy, yeah, minsan. Pero kulang yung practice talaga.
Okay, how are you and your family there in Austria?
We're good. The lockdowns here in Austria are less strict. Mas marami kaming freedoms. And so that's good.
Okay, that's good. Hindi mo ba na-miss yung Pilipinas? Or sabi mo nga palipat-lipat ka, di ba? So anong mas trip mong pinupuntahan?
Well, pag nasa Pilipinas ako, gusto ko magpunta sa beach. Mahilig ako sa beach. Pero pag nasa Austria ako, mahilig ako sa mountains. So, kahit nature, kahit saan, basta nature, masaya ako.
Okay. Alam mo yung mga kapuso natin, Cindy, online, I'm sure medyo minsan may mga bata na hindi na tayo nakikilala. And during the pandemic, sabi ko nga, mahirap tumingin sa present because sometimes it's sad. So gagawin natin mga throwback. And I have some photos. Of you. Maayos, don't worry, maayos. So gusto ko lang ipakita sa mga kapuso natin kung ano yung mga ginagawa mo before. And if you could share some stories and anecdotes. Is that okay?
Sige.
Sige po. Talagang po. Okay. Simulan na natin. Picture number 1. Ako yun, no?
Uy, ang gwapo, oh.
Actually, ang dami mong ginawa, Cindy, sa GMA, right?
Yeah, we were playing ghosts. Or I was playing a ghost.
Both of us. Nagkagustuhan tayo na ghost. Sa Love to Love yan. Actually, yeah. That was my second show in GMA. Tapos, did you host? Did you host Eat Bulaga?
I was part of Eat Bulaga for 2 years. And okay. I was Vic Soto's love team in Dari Ditadu. That's the second picture there.
Okay.
With the little orange na hair. Tapos, yung pinaka-favorite kong role doon, si Cassiopeia.
Of course. Everyone.
With the ears. Yeah, and underneath.
Yun ang original na Encantadia, di ba? Tama ba ako si Cassiopeia hindi nagsasalita?
Hindi nagsasalita. Minsan nagsasalita, pero sa Enchanto language.
Okay. Could you give us a sample?
That there's a funny info there that I can share with you guys. The inflection and the intonation of Encantadia was given by my German accent and the way I pronounced the lines in the script. But without the script, I cannot actually deliver because there are like Encantadia fanatics who actually studied the language. It's a real language. And if I say anything wrong, they're going to come after me. You know, there are people out there who know how to speak that language. And so I know only the normal phrases like avisala, which would be the greeting, and eshme avi, something, I don't know. Yeah, but the fun bit is that it's my German intonation that gave the language its accent.
Okay. Do you consider Encantadia your favorite work, or what's your favorite work before in the Philippines?
I think MTV was my favorite work because I get together with all the people that produce music, and I have such a big heart for music. At yung music scene ng Pinas dati pa, super cool yung rock scene. And yung ballads, yung love songs, they had so much talent there when I was working as an MTV VJ, and I got to meet all those people backstage and hang out and those concerts. That was really cool for that period of time when I was young. I really enjoyed staying up all night and hosting those concerts. That was amazing. That was really nice.
Those were the younger days, no? Pwede ka magpuyat ng magpuyat.
Nowadays, when you go out, you have to sleep mga 3 days.
Exactly. I know the feeling. Okay, picture number 2 tayo.
Sige po.
Ito, medyo iba to. Grabe.
Oh. Teka lang, ha? Teka lang.
Nagsalamin.
Tingnan natin. Oof.
Okay.
Uy, ang init,
Mainit. Actually, pinagpapawisan ako, naka-aircon ako. Well,
look, your picture has like sheen and glitter. I'm sweating on the picture as well, obviously.
I know. For a couple of years, actually more than how many years, sobrang nasa top ka nung FHM, ika. I think you were number 1 in the Philippines for what, 1 year?
1 year, and then 1 year off, then another year. But for 4 years straight, I was in the top 10. Yeah.
Do you like being considered like sexy in the Philippines?
Okay. Ganon, yeah. Meron akong dalawang ihas, girls, yeah. I have 2 girls. And have I shown them these pictures? No.
Okay.
Not yet. But did I enjoy producing those pictures back in the day? And was I flattered to receive those ranks, those high ranks in the FHM sexiest of the world list? Of course I was flattered. And I have no problem with the pictures. Like, I look at them and they're still okay with me today.
Okay, if I may ask, why have you never showed them to your kids?
I think my eldest, she's 10, I think she'd be embarrassed because she hasn't seen me being so intimate with strangers. That's something, something at home, we're being, intimate and cozy and whatnot, and that's what she's used to. But having her mom out there, so vulnerable almost,
But you're planning to show it eventually.
Of course. But Paolo, you have to imagine, I only told my eldest 2 years ago what I used to do, and that my job used to be in the public eye, and she never knew until then. Yeah.
Okay. Well, really? Why not? But you're proud of it.
Of course I'm proud, but I wanted her to grow up without having this feeling of eyes over her shoulder, even if that's just a feeling, if that's just imaginary. But I didn't want her young mind to perceive that there is someone watching us, so that we are under a microscope.
Nice. Actually, that's a good...
May anak ka na rin, di ba? How old is the baby?
She just turned 2. Yeah. She's very used to the public eye. I mean, I don't know. I just love posting about her. So
well, I think it's unavoidable when you are still working, you're still shooting movies. You just returned, from shooting movies abroad even. So in your case, it's unavoidable. And I think the earlier she learns to deal with, they all learn to deal with it, the better.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. Kasi ikaw, you stop na yun, di ba? So I think it's a way of protecting also your daughters. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sige, photo number 3 tayo.
Yeah.
So no, because you used to be a model also.
Yeah.
With your work in the Philippines, you were an actress, you were a VJ, you're a model. What's your favorite thing to do? Aside from the, you said not being the VJ.
Paolo, come on, you're an actor. You know that among hosting and posing for the camera and having emote moments, among all of these things, acting putting on the skin of a different person and going into that person's mind and then creating that picture, for a whole movie. Come on, you can't beat that. That's
Really?
Of course. You tell me, ikaw, anong napipili mo?
Because I just act. I can't do VJ work. Definitely, I'm not a model.
Naka-host ka?
Yeah, I do host, but really, you love acting kahit na mahirap magtagalog?
Kahit na. Actually, it's one of my fantasies to be able to get a role where I can just speak my either mother tongue or English, because my mother tongue is German.
Mhm.
And when I left the Philippines, I moved to Peru and I stayed there for a decade, 10 years. So I learned Spanish. So there are many languages tumbling around in my head. My fantasy is to get a role where I can just speak my real, comfortable, comfort zone language.
When we were doing Love to Love, I remember that if you have Tagalog lines, I cannot talk to you. Ako magulo ako sa set, di ba? We cannot talk to you because you have to memorize it, and you kind of get, not naman pissed at me, pero medyo naiinis ka pag nanggugulo ako sa isa.
Tense. Nati-tense ako.
Yeah.
Dahil yung mga intonations ng totoong Pinoy, iba, di ba? Tapos pag yung role ko, ibig sabihin, pag yung character ko, totoong Pinay, nati-tense ako talaga.
I know.
Tapos, it's bad.
I know. Kasi I remember, puyat ka pa yata nung before, kinukulit kita. Tapos parang pinagsabihan mo. Nah! Oh, sorry.
Talaga?
Yeah.
I cannot remember that. Hindi ako, wala. It's not in my mind. I'm sorry. I didn't
No
mean
no problem. Pero of course, kaya nagulat ako that you like acting.
Napawisan mo ako.
Mainit ba? Mainit?
Nanginit. Bigla. Okay.
Sige. Okay, picture number 4 tayo.
Wow. Pilates. I love Pilates.
Did you start this when you became a mother, or
Well, bit by bit, yeah. But this is actually at One Life in Manila. Hi, guys. And they have beautiful studios. And I used to see Eliza Chinky post pictures of the studio. And simply because of how beautiful the studio looks, I got interested. Kasi mahilig talaga ako mag-exercise. Pero
Okay.
nagbo-bored na ako. If you're always doing the same things, they get boring. So when I see something online that looks interesting, I go check it out. And I really got into it. I mean, look at those cool contraptions. They basically make that you can train each muscle super effectively without actually breaking a sweat. And you know how us girls are, we don't want to break a sweat.
Do you still do it now, even if you're on lockdown? Can you do it at home?
In lockdown, I do yoga in lockdown because that's easier for me to follow online. But One Life actually offers online coaching. But with the time difference from Vienna to Manila, I don't think it's doable.
So what do you do now? You just do yoga?
I meditate in the morning. Tapos
Okay.
after meditation, I do spinning. I have a stationary bike sa bahay, and I'm so blessed that I have that in the house talaga. So I don't need to go out for like a gym or for exercise. After that, I start my day. I do my projects. I do the little things that I have to do. And then after today, for example, in the evening, I will do a wind down yoga session before I go to bed. So
Okay, basically you're doing it not for the body, but for your health.
yeah.
Why
For
do
my
you-
patients, for my kids, for my family.
True.
Para
As
hindi
we
na
grow
ako
older,
like that, tate.
do you want to have more kids?
I wouldn't say no to a boy. Dahil may dalawang babae na, di ba?
So
I
if you're
wouldn't
sure if
know.
it's a boy, it's okay.
Yeah, but it's impossible to know.
Okay. But that's right. We have to keep healthy for our
Yeah.
kids, right? Okay. Yeah. Picture number 5.
Yeah, my family. Those are my favorite people in the world. I mean, look at them. They're gorgeous. I love them. Oh, goodness. Finding your partner in life is so important because you're stuck with them, and you better create this energy in your family that you love to have around every day, because if you don't, then imagine. It's impossible.
I can see you're very happy. Wala pa nga akong tinatanong. Ang dami mo nang sinabi. So you're very happy.
Yeah, each one of them gives me something else. I receive a different kind of love from each one of them. and each one of them challenges me
Okay.
in a different way as well. So I'm very happy.
How do you keep your family, intact? Or how are you guys so happy? Any tips for our kapusos here?
The usual, diba? Do things, activities together, find out what you love, how you can support each other, have an open ear for whenever somebody needs to, have somebody to talk to listen. We do a lot of things together outside. We go hiking, we go swimming, we go ice skating, cycling, we go on the bicycles a lot. So we're always out and together as a family. You can always meet us as a whole group. There is never a reason why I would have to say the kids cannot come along. And this is the European lifestyle. Wala kaming yaya, wala kaming kasama sa bahay. So we have to integrate the kids in all of our plans all of the time. So they really become, we're really a unit.
Do you miss your life in the Philippines compared to your life in Vienna? Do you miss it in the Philippines?
Absolutely.
I wasn't expecting that answer though.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Nakatira ako sa Manila, nakatira ako sa Pilipinas from the age of 20 until 30. Hindi ba? That's a phase in your life when you socialize your network, you create your social network, and you also create your traditions, your manners as an adult. So parang I became an adult in Manila. So I miss everything about the place, and I feel like a stranger to any other place. And when I come to Manila, I feel like I'm returning home. But then again, of course, I'm more white than I've ever been because I've lived in Europe now. I've lived in South America. So I come back to Manila and people are like, who's she? Is she even Pinoy? Like some people don't realize anymore that I'm, my heart is so Pinoy.
I know. Why did you leave the country? I mean, why did you stop show business?
I developed a hormonal imbalance that made me ill and that made me gain weight and that made me very depressed and tired. Parang wala na akong energy, tapos wala na akong sa face, we know, it's not only about skill and the talent of acting, it's also about how you come across on screen. So sudden weight gain and the sudden energy loss didn't help me in my job. And the moment I got diagnosed with PCOS, I had 12 different jobs running simultaneously at that time. Like I was working for MTV, I was working for Encantadia, I was working for Itbulaga, I was working for Dali Dila, and I had little pictorials with billboards scheduled at the same time. So I was maxed out. And then a doctor told me, your hormones are going crazy. You need to rest. If you want to have a chance at family life, at motherhood, you need to give your body some relaxing energy. And that's when my whole journey with meditation started. That's when I quit show business. That's when my partner said, you know what, let's move to Peru. My job is offering me a different job there, and let's go, let's check it out. And so that's where we were for 10 years. That's where my first daughter was born in Peru.
Okay. I didn't know about it. Wow. So ganun pala yung nangyari. If it didn't happen, you think you would still be doing work?
Absolutely. I super loved being part of that showbiz family. I super loved, working with directors, working with actors, working with like-minded people who have creative sparks. Like we're a certain type of people, and minsan they say we're maarte and whatnot, but I don't care. That's part of me. By now I'm 43 this year in April. I've accepted those kaartehan that is part of me, and I've accepted the Austrian hard accent that is part of me. It's all, it's the package. What can you do?
But you're okay now.
I'm okay.
Okay. We're done with the pictures. Medyo nagulat ako doon kasi I didn't know why you left the country. And right now, it's the pandemic. Of course, you're a mother, you're a wife. So I'm sure marami kang naiisip about what's happening in the world. So we go to our portion, quarantine thoughts. Okay, now I have some questions for you. Of course, you have to. I'm sure marami ka naiisip about things. What are your thoughts about now being a parent during the pandemic? You have two girls. What do you think about that?
I think more than ever, it's very clear that human contact is very important, that we see other human faces, not with masks on, but the whole face, that we recognize when somebody's smiling at us, when somebody's looking in our eyes, that the human contact is what's missing. Even when they're going to kindergarten here in Vienna or to school, they're wearing their masks. Living the whole day while wearing masks, and you're a little kid and you have little lungs, all of those things concern me and worry me. And those are all things that I wonder about. Yeah. But at least here in Vienna, I have the option to take them to the mountains, to the nature, to the park, to the playground, to the river. So I can do lots of activities with them, even in the pandemic. But I, more than ever, think that if they weren't sisters, if it was mag-isa lang siya at wala siyang kasama, wala siyang kaibigan na her age, that's really bad, diba? Parang you need peers in your age. You learn from your parents, you learn things maybe from your pet, but you learn the most from the ones that are your age, diba?
Exactly. Are you happy that you're there? You're not here in Manila during the lockdown?
It breaks my heart not to be in Manila. But my kids are more important than my desires. The only real reason, because there is not real work coming in right now in Manila because of the pandemic. I had 2 jobs while we were there before the lockdown, and they were going well. And I was scheduled to shoot for Manila TV in Paris, and it was a super good thing that I was looking forward to. And then the lockdown happened. So before, when we were there, the whole family, I had a good reason to be there. I had work, I had money coming in. But after the lockdown happened, and their schooling stopped, and the distance schooling, the online schooling in Manila wasn't really working out.
Yeah.
Had to reevaluate our options, and I have to take the education and the well-being of my kids and their freedom. I just have to take that first, and my desire to be back home and to have Filipinos around me and eat Filipino food and have hot weather, that desire has to wait.
Okay. Your thoughts on retiring here?
My dream!
Really?
I wish. Look, Daniel is half English and he's half Bayesian, which means his dad is from Barbados, which means Barbados and Boracay, if you compare pictures, they look the same. It's the same, And so Daniel, my partner, he's just like me. He's half island, half European. No? And my kids are a mix of 4. No? They're English, they're Filipino, they're Bayesian, and they're Austrian. And so where shall I retire? I don't know. I think somewhere where my kids can always come and visit me. Right? It's important that wherever you are in the world, Thanksgiving or Christmas or birthdays, you want your kids to be able to come visit you. Diba? So my fantasy is to live in the Philippines, in the province, with long gray hair, in a treehouse.
Wow.
In a treehouse. Like
very
Cassiopeia.
Detailed.
Yes. You have to be specific when you're asking the universe for favors, because if you're not being specific, it's just gonna throw you something that's gonna maybe fit, maybe not. But when you're being specific,
Galing. Going back to show business.
I would love to. I mean, last year I acted a little bit. I had a tiny role. I acted as the mother of somebody, and people were shocked. They're like, "Oh my goodness, you're ready to act like a mom? Isn't that a too old a role for you?" Excuse me, I have 2 kids. Of course, I'm a mom. That's the perfect role, diba? And I really loved going back in front of the camera. There are many things to battle as a female in front of the lens, diba? All of a sudden, I looked. I look different, I look heavier, I move different, I have different facial features because I'm a little bit older, diba? So I haven't seen myself on screen for so long, and then all of a sudden I was back and I saw myself and I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. It's tough, no? Being in the public eye. What would you say? Do you feel the pressure of keeping up your appearances?
Yeah, definitely. Last year I was last year I was like 40 pounds heavier.
No.
So I had to lose weight a little because the appearance wasn't really nice. Ganun talaga yung buhay natin. More than sometimes, of course, it's about the acting, di ba? Pero of course, it's our job also to look good on screen.
Yeah, but I believe, Paolo, you still looked very, very handsome, even with more weight. But the problem is, as an actor, you need to feel well in your skin. And if you don't feel well in your skin, you can't project on camera. So if you move around and your clothes don't fit, and you feel, may bilbil dito, may bilbil dito, diba? Then you start feeling unwell, and it will show. It will show.
Yeah, yeah. Especially
So-
now, everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah. Oh.
Seriously, I mean, I think during our time, somehow we were more relaxed about things, di ba? Pero ngayon kasi, because of social media, I mean, people just talk, and sometimes, of course, it hurts us, of course.
I think we were more protected.
Before?
Yeah, we were more protected from the trolls online, but at the same time, we didn't have a chance to voice our own side of the story. Pag may gossip, pag may write-up na mali,
Mhm.
and it's bad, you couldn't go to social media and be like, well, actually, I didn't say that, You can't do that back in the day. There was no platform for that. Not that I would advise anyone who is in showbiz right now to ever actually do that. It's bad manners, don't do it. But they have the chance. They have the chance to actually voice their own opinion, and we never had, back in the day.
You're right.
Another thing,
Go.
I heard an interesting bit with Leonardo DiCaprio, as if he was my friend, right? I'm talking about him. Kaibigan ko lang siya, kaibigan. Yeah, he said in an interview that he is so happy that when he was a young celebrity going to the clubs and partying, that there were no smartphones around that would record every single thing and make a picture and post. And that is so true. It's so true. He was allowed to grow up and just be himself. Nowadays,
You're not.
everything. You can find everything online.
So now you can see the difference between before and now. What do you think is better?
Before.
Really?
Sorry. Because now, with all those little X deals where you keep monetizing your social media and you keep pushing products, that it's much more personal. So it's really up to you now to push certain things. It's not the company anymore. It's you. It's your work to push certain things. At yung bayad, mas maliit, di ba?
No.
Dati.
It has become more personal now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything. Because before we feel like we were not naman on a pedestal, but we felt more like celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you think that it has gone down generally? Because when I went back, I thought, oh, this has just gone down because I was away for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to realize that I was away for 13 years. So a child that was 7 years old when I left would be 20 today. So all the 20-year-olds shouldn't actually know who I am. They have no idea who I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I come back, of course, I'm not being treated like a celebrity like back in the day with that much of attention. So I thought that only applies to me, but you're telling me it's a general development, that there is less celebrity pedestal.
Yeah, because I think because of social media also, diba? Especially because of the pandemic, we have to, show everyone what we're doing. It became more personal. Again, there's pros and cons, diba? We feel like we're closer to the people, but sometimes other people take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's not about acting anymore. Not all about acting. It's also about your personal life. So sometimes it's
what I don't like is that the numbers that are following you on social media give a direct indication as how much your talent fee could work out to. Diba? Diba totoo yan? Sorry, am I talking about controversial topics? Pasensya na.
Yeah, actually you are. But yeah, I love it.
Yeah. That's what I can observe from
But you're right. Normally before kasi, diba, when they ask you, now they ask you about your how many followers do you have? Your engagement.
Right now, if you want to go follow me on my Instagram, go on, please follow me there.
Yeah, well, but you're right. It's for me, it just became more complicated. To be honest, I love my job.
You get along. You still do manage to work and have jobs, so you deal with it, with all the changes, and you're good.
Yeah. And one day I hope you go back and we can do Love to Love Part 2.
Yeah. That would be so great.
Cindy, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
very
me.
much for your time. Thank you for accommodating us. Last na lang, any message for our Kapusos watching?
Mga Kapuso, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us have a little chit chat. I hope you still remember me, and if not, now you do.
Mga Kapuso, palakpakan po natin, pasalamatan po natin Miss Cindy Kurleto. Yay! Thank you very much, Cindy. Again, I really hope to see you, and please be safe there. Sana pag nasa Manila ka, magkatrabaho tayo. Thank you.
Bye.
Mga Kapuso, eto na po ang unang episode ng Just In Season 3. Sana po abangan nyo ang buong season namin ni Vaness. Again, Vaness, be healthy and be safe. Sa mga gustong mapanood yung mga iba pa mga episodes, pumunta lang kayo sa Facebook page ng Artist Center at lagi nyo po kayo mapanood every Wednesday ng gabi para sa weekly Kwentuhan at Kumusta. Ito po si Paolo Contis. Ito po ang Just In.